ready to go to their various classrooms to receive tuition. Look at their classrooms. The scene in the picture is the KG class. When it rains, you see water in the classroom and animal dung. This is class 4, and then you can see the class 6 blackboard leaning against the class 4 blackboard. The class 6 blackboard is, I don't know, it's been destroyed. You can imagine how the teacher will struggle to put something for the kids.
Good evening and thanks so much for your time with us on News at 10. My name is Bright Nana Amfo. It is also live on 3FM 92.7 and we're streaming live on the internet at 3news.com. You can follow our live stream on Facebook/News on TV3 and on 3news.com. We'll begin the bulletin with a look at the day's major news highlights. Let's start from here and beginning here in Accra. We'll tell you that the president, or the former president, John Dramani Mahama, has maintained that it is premature to announce his decision whether or not to contest to lead the party into the 2020 general elections. This was contained in a statement signed by the special aide to the president, Joyce Bawa Mokhtari. She said the president is not too happy at the decision by the chairpersons of his party to ask him to lead the party in 2020. An Accra District Court has ordered the pathologist conducting the autopsy on the late Ebuakwa North Member of Parliament, J.B. Dankwa Edu, to appear before the court and explain the delay in releasing the full report. This was after an earlier order for the release of the report on October 10 was defied. The Institute of Economic Affairs is cautioning the government against over-reliance on agriculture as government readies to present the 2018 budget in 5 days. A research fellow at the Institute, Dr. Osei Sibi, tells TV3 Business the move by government to focus heavily on agriculture in 2018 is unnecessary. And finally, on the international front, 18 militiamen are on trial in the east of DR Congo on charges of raping 46 children. Some of the victims from the village of Kavumu were just 18 months old. The men allegedly targeted young girls between 2013 and 2016 because a spiritual advisor told them that the blood of virgins would grant them supernatural protection. The alleged militia leader, Frederick Batumiki, a provisional legislator, and the other defendants deny the charges. Rights groups hope the trial would help to end a culture of rape as a tool of war in the DR Congo. I'm so glad you stayed there to be part of the show. This is News at 10. Let's start with the big one. Some NDC members of parliament have lashed out at the 10 regional chairmen that asked or who asked former President Mahama to lead the party into the 2020 presidential elections. The MPs described the action by the regional chairmen as unnecessary.
The regional chairman met with the former president on Thursday in Accra. They called on him to quickly embark on a thank you tour to acknowledge the support he received during his tenure and the 2016 election. However, Member of Parliament for Ningo Pram, Samuel Nete George, says President Mahama must be allowed to take his own decision on whether or not he wants to lead the party in 2020.
I hold the view that the grassroots of the NDC need no linguists. They have their voice, and their voice will be heard. And when they make their voice known, the party would listen. President Mahama would listen. So I believe that it is not in the position of any individual or group of individuals to seek to stampede President Mahama into making a decision. People are entitled to visit him. People are entitled to call upon him and ask him to run. However, that ultimate decision is his decision to make, and I don't think that anybody should stampede him.
South Dai MP Roxanne Nelson Dafiamakbo also believes the regional chairman should have consulted broadly before taking such a decision.
When a caucus of regional secretaries, regional organizers, regional youth organizers also take a different turn, what will be the effect? The effect will be that will be seen as a party that is not united. Their internal turmoil. So they ought not to do that. And I believe that maybe NEC may have to reprimand them so that we can see to the reorganization, the registration process that we have begun until the end of December going forward.
We're still staying on this issue. A senior lecturer at the Department of History and Political Studies at the Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology, Dr. Edward Brenya, says any punitive action against the 10 regional chairmen who endorsed or who asked former President John Mahama to contest the presidential primaries will negatively affect the party.
The response by the former president is very good because it sort of take away way that the 10 regional chairmen were being overblown by people who felt that the former president in a way might have supported that idea. And I think that it's good that he drew the attention of the NDC to the fact that there is a restructuring and reorganization going on that all must pay attention to, that it is still premature for him or anyone at this point to declare the intention to lead the party when the party is going through a process to unify the party. And also, more importantly, to draw attention to the leadership that they ensure a fair playing ground. He
had already stated this on Sunday, and so they are rather questioning why they had to go back to him when they knew his position on this. And so they are actually calling that they should be sanctioned for that move yesterday. Is this something you would support?
Absolutely not. This is not something that I would support. Some I think are saying that their action can actually affect the process of unifying the party. I think otherwise. I think any attempt to look at their action beyond the fact that they were private citizens who paid attention to former president, that they feel they want to lead the party because they talk about power vacuum, because individuals that have expressed their interests have not gone down the grassroots to sort of encourage them. If the NDC should look at this beyond the fact that they are private citizens and move to take action, any punitive action to them, I think that is rather what is going to affect the process of unifying the party. We are talking about 10 regional chairmen who have their own supporters.
Let's stay further on this issue and speak to the Assistant Head of Research Committee of the NDC's 2016 election campaign team, Kofi Kukubo. He's just joined me on the phone lines. Kofi, good evening. Grateful for your time with us.
Good evening.
So let's start from here. The former president's office has issued a statement describing what the 10 regional chairpersons did as premature. Perhaps this should put an end to the controversy surrounding what these chairpersons asked him to do?
Well, in a way, it should. But what we are focusing on, or some of the members are worried about, is the conduct of the vice chairman, the 10 vice chairpersons of the National Democratic Congress, in a sense that that singular conduct in itself is a clear sign of bias towards a particular individual. Secondly, the regional chairmen are the ones who are supposed to lead the reorganization in the various regions. And we are starting with the registration of all party members at branch level. Now, this process will eventually lead to elections of executives. So now, if you're supposed to lead the process in a region, that should create a fair and a level playing field for any member of the party, whether presidential, national, regional, or constituency or branch executive elections. Here, these people who are supposed to lead the process in their region are showing bias towards a particular person. The question that we need to ask, and everybody is asking, whether their conduct will it not lead to compromising the integrity of the very process that they are supposed to lead. So as much as I may agree that yes, the vice president, the former president's statement should end the matter, we also need to examine the ramifications of the conduct of the 10 vice chairpersons.
I see. Are you suggesting that these 10 persons were acting in the name of the party? Could they not have been acting in their private capacities?
I don't see how they can act in their private capacity. Do not forget that they hold elected offices. And within the elected offices, in Article 19(7) of the party's constitution, their functions are clearly defined, and their functions are clearly limited to the region. And even that, some of the actions have to be directed or approved by the National Executive Committee. So they cannot act in their individual capacity as regional chairman who eventually are going to lead a process that has been agreed by the National Executive Committee, in which they themselves are also members of. They cannot go contrary to what NEC has agreed and going to propose other issues as if all the regions are in support of the actions. They cannot, with this conduct, it cannot be presumed that they were acting in their individual capacity.
I see. Even if they were acting in the name of the party, what is wrong with asking the former president to contest? What they did was to ask him to consider to contest. What is wrong with it?
It's a show of bias.
Asking someone to consider?
It's a show of bias to a particular candidate. In this case, the same people are supposed to go and lead the reorganization process in the various regions. And if you show bias and you're supposed to lead a process or a reorganization process that is supposed to create a level playing field for all potential, and here's the case you are showing bias, the ramification is that, or the assumption is that you want to lead this reorganization for the benefit of one particular person. And in that case, you are going to create this unity and, if possible, anger among the rank and file.
So you're suggesting that what you've done is beginning to sow the seeds of disunity in the party?
You have seen the anger expressed, across board. People were not happy. You have spoken to parliamentarians. You should have even gone and speak to other NDC members across the region. They will have expressed the same sentiment that, one, the National Executive Committee has come out with a program all the way to next year. And they are members of the National Executive Committee, and they are participants of that decision process, which is binding on every member of the party. Now, as regional chairman, the function prescribed by the Constitution is limited to your region. So all that they should be thinking of is to see how effectively and efficiently they can carry out the programs that have been approved by the National Executive Committee in their region. They cannot go outside to flout or to undermine the very program that they have agreed, which if you read Article 46, 8E, their conduct has the likely potential of adversely impacting on the programs, the strategies, and the policies of the party. And that particular conduct frown on that constitutional provision.
I'm grateful for your time with me tonight. Alex Kukubo is a member of the NDC, talking about the 10 regional chairpersons asking the former president to consider standing or contesting in the presidential primaries of the party ahead of the 2020 election. We're staying on it. Now, an aspiring NDC candidate, Sylvester Mensah, has stated that the 10 chairpersons asking former President Mahama to contest the presidential primaries was an unnecessary error. Let's listen to him.
Yesterday, the 10 chairpersons, regional chairpersons, came out with the position urgently asking former President John Mahama to consider declaring his intentions to lead the party. What's your take on this?
Well, I guess, as has been said by many people, it is totally unnecessary. It is completely avoidable. It does not help our democracy. But again, I mean, we can forgive for some of these errors and move on as one family. It does not in any way affect anyone's intention to contest. I mean, not even if all 270 constituency chairmen decide to endorse a candidate would affect the chances of any candidate. And so I guess that we could just overlook this and move on. This should not make us crack our bones and fight over some of these. I think that we need to move on.
There are some persons who have asked that these chairpersons be sanctioned for this move. Is it something you would ascribe to?
I will not comment on that. I think that it's within the purview of the Functional Executive Committee or the National Executive Committee. And so I'll leave that for the party. It's early days yet. The party is yet to review some of these actions, and I guess they will do the needful.
This is News at 10 on TV3. You're also listening to us live on 3FM 92.7. Let's step on the brakes. When we come back, we'll tell you exactly what's happening as far as the Interior Minister is concerned. Stay with us if you can. We're back in a moment.
Your home is the place you long to be forever. Ghana, get ready for your one-stop destination of choice in perfecting that dream home. It is the biggest super discounted fair ever, dubbed the Ghana Home and Lifestyle Fair. This is the biggest platform for all manufacturers, dealers, importers, suppliers of electronic appliances and home decor and accessories, lifestyle products, homeowners, and related home services such as internet, security, and insurance companies to showcase their products and services to the public. Date Friday 24th to Sunday 26th November 2017 at Golden Tulip Hotel, Accra. To book your stand or to sponsor the Ghana Home and Lifestyle Fair, please call 0244-627-609 or pick up your registration form at TV3 premises, Kanda. The Ghana Home and Lifestyle Fair is sponsored by Golden Tulip Hotel, Accra, media partners, and supported by The Mirror, powered by 3FM 92.7 TV3 and brought to you by Planet One Multimedia.
Action. Start times is 1 year, so you feel generous. Generous! 18 year drop it, you free decoder part 2. Although start times there, you turn low, now you're shining high. Part 1, now you have 2 months super bouquet. Part 2 here, over to 1 month super bouquet. Sister Ghana, pet. Now you the HD combo decoder, up is free. Joe, start time so I do. Novellas, series, live matches, so you're trying to HD. It's a free this thing. Only on Star Times. Star Times, change your view.
The present government campaigned on a platform of fighting corruption and has centered its strategy on the establishment of the Office of Special Prosecutor.
Will that help?
Well, it might help, but I think it's a narrow conception.
20 by 20, showing this Saturday at 1 p.m. on TV3.
Everything you need to know. Captivating. Reliable. Credible and breaking news. All at your fingertips.
Who's found Asamoah Gyan? Super finish!
Being on top of the news has never been easy. Visit us at www.3news.com for all your reliable news. 3 News, news at your fingertips. In 2013, we shaped the course of national policy with compelling stories on education and health. In 2016, we provided the platform for political parties and the socially excluded to engage on issues of national concern. TV3 Mission is back with a bang. We navigate the turbulent terrain of deprived and hard-to-reach communities.
To one message for person access to teaching, empowering women to they provide about.
We focus our sharp lenses on the health and educational needs of the socially excluded to influence policy interventions that promote inclusiveness.
And it tells you how serious
we will get you result. Mission Ghana, live on News 360. Mission is supported by Star Ghana with funding from Danida, DFID and the European Union. MTN Video Report is a citizen report from individuals wherever they are in Ghana and beyond. This will provide an opportunity to those the issues concern to make a report on it directly.
My name is Hashim Brown. I'm David, reporting from the Northern region. Reporting from the Western region.
Send in photos and videos of any news or events breaking in any part of the country where they are located and narrate your story to 055 143 3044. MTN Video Report is powered by MTN everywhere you go.
Welcome back. An aspiring NDC flag bearer, Sylvester Mensah, has described as misleading news making rounds that he bought state lands. He spoke on TV3's News 360 early on.
You say that you did not benefit from the state lands as we're being told?
You can only benefit from something you have applied for or something that has been granted to you or something that you have accepted. I have never in my life applied for state land, neither have I ever been granted state land. And I think that this story is just not fair, and this level of falsehood is not useful for our democracy. It is not too clear what the intentions are, but I guess that whoever put that story out is just out there for mischief. It is not useful. I mean, why should such a story get out there? I mean, it is just hollow. It is absurd. It is unfair.
And that's why we're even speaking to you at the moment, so that we also get your side of it, as against what was reported by the ministry there. So what are you going to do? That this now is not true. So what are you going to do about this?
No, I've just mentioned to you that it's not true. I guess that it is important you do a follow-up and come up later to say that, yes, what he said is true or what I have said is not true. I mean, that is important to be done. I'm not sure I have the time to waste over this. Once I've made it clear that this is not true and that I have never, ever applied for state land, nor have I ever been granted state land. Sylvester Mensah, for my personal use, never.
Former Chief Executive Officer of the National Health Insurance Authority, Sylvester Mensah. Parliament has summoned the Interior Minister to, within 12 days, appear before the House to explain the circumstances that led to the shooting and killing of 2 suspected armed robbers in Kumasi. Police reports indicated 2 suspects were reportedly gunned down by police after they attempted to escape from custody.
Minority Chief Whip and Member of Parliament for Asawase, Muntaka Mubarak, raised concerns on the matter on the floor of Parliament. The Asawase MP informed the House that since the issue broke on Thursday, he has been unable to contact the Ashanti Regional Police Commander, the Interior Minister, and the National Security Minister to get details into circumstances that led to the killing of 2 of his constituents, Audu Osman and Lukman. The MP, while criticizing the police for the incident, called on Parliament to investigate the matter as he fears justice might not be served.
My biggest worry is that all of us could be picked up as one time or the other as suspects, but to die in the custody of the police cannot be accepted. And Mr. Speaker, we need to know the circumstances that led to the death of these young men.
He also appealed to the youth of the area to remain calm.
2 wrongs will never make a right. Yes, the gentlemen are dead. There's nothing we can do to bring them back. But we should not take the laws into our hands. I'm pleading with them, for Allah's sake, that any attempt to attack a police station, to attack a police, or to do any other thing that will aggravate this situation, I'm pleading with the youth of Ababo Extension not to do it.
First Deputy Speaker Joseph Osei-Usu directed the Interior Minister Ambrose Derry to appear before Parliament to explain the circumstances under which 2 men were shot whilst in police custody in Sepe in Kumasi on Thursday.
Mobile money transactions in Ghana hit 109 billion cedis from January to September this year, a 112% increase from 51.4 billion cedis over the same period last year. Even Mr. Jekum Boaten's report on the impact of the increase in mobile money transaction on the economy.
The increase in mobile money transactions in the country mean a lot more people are getting financially included. General Manager of MTN Mobile Money, Eli Hine, noted the financial space is improving.
Without mobile money, all these people who may not necessarily be bank customers will not have had the opportunity to participate in financial transactions. And so we are gradually growing the financial space using mobile money.
Mobile money transactions have made available in excess of 2.1 billion cedis to the banks for their activities.
Banks now have access to more money for their own businesses. Without mobile money, this money would have been lying in people's pockets or under beds.
The banks receive the money. They are able to on-lend it to other customers. That should actually increase their profitability.
Principal of the National Banking College, Abena Kesua Brown, noted mobile money is helping in moving towards a cashless or cash-light society. A cashless society describes an economic state whereby financial transactions are not conducted with money in the form of physical banknote or coins, but through the transfer of digital information, usually an electronic representation of money, between the transacting parties.
The artisans, right now, that is their way of life. They were having to carry the cash that posed a risk to them. For us, I do believe that the mobile money has actually supported the cashless society.
She explains why people prefer mobile money as an alternative to bank accounts.
Because the bank is highly regulated. We also know that not banks usually go where they think that they can make profit. The mobile money platform, it's very convenient and it can reach almost anywhere in Ghana.
She stated the National Communications Authority, Bank of Ghana and the telcos have to come out with stringent regulations for the mobile money business.
And that's it for News at 10. It was also live on 3FM 92.7. The show was put together by Ebenezer Ejekum Wate. My name is Bright, and have a good evening and stay right here on TV3. Good night.